Y'all, hey, welcome back to my channel. Thanks so much for stopping by. Y'all, I gotta tell you, this is not the video I had planned to make this week. I read books, I made notes on books, I filmed myself talking about books, and that's the video we were gonna make this week, but there is some time-sensitive stuff going on that we need to talk about. I know y'all saw my thumbnail, and you know that we're gonna talk about what's going on over at Amazon, so go ahead and like this video. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and hit that notification bell so you can keep up with the shenanigans. And y'all, I'm gonna jump us straight over onto the computer, show you what's going on. We'll talk about what we can do about it. Well, I guess what we can do in reaction to it. And I'll answer some questions that I've gotten about what I think about what's going on, and we'll go from there. So give me just a second. Y'all do all those things. I'll get us on the computer and we'll just jump straight into this thing. All right, let's just start here. So I got this email from Amazon about a week ago, and I was talking to a friend last night who actually, I don't know, reads his emails like an adult person, and he had no idea that this was even happening. So I was like, well, I wasn't even going to talk about this because I figured everybody got the email. Everybody knew what was going on. We were all mad about it, like in our own little book worlds, but maybe people didn't get there or didn't read these emails. So let's just talk about what's in this email. So Amazon says that blah, blah, thank you for being a customer, yakety schmackety. We wanted to let you know that changes are afoot at the Circle A. That changes, to let you know about changes to the download and transfer via USB feature in the Manage Your Content and Devices page. So here's what's happening. Starting February 26th, which is soon, while you can continue reading books previously downloaded on your Kindle device, you will not be able to download and transfer via USB any Kindle content. So if you have been or had planned on downloading, well, okay, let me show you what that means. Hang on. So they say we can't do this anymore as of February 26th. So let me jump over to my Amazon and show y'all what that means. Y'all do not judge. Do not Amazon judge me. Let's get up into here. And I was wondering what was coming. It's my turmeric. Okay, so I'm going to go up here under Accounts and Lists, and I'm going to go to Content Library. And under there, I'm going to click on Books. And under my books, there's all my books. So as of today, right now, if you go to More Actions, one of your More Actions is to download and transfer via USB. Now, there are a couple of different reasons to do this. We'll talk about those in a minute. I have mine set up because I like to be able to download my books and then strip them of the digital rights management protection, make them into PDF so I can make notes directly in my electronic versions of my books. So that's why I have them set up this way. So I just do this, download, and it's now on my computer. So y'all, here's what I have done. I'm going to drag this over a little bit. Hang on. I'm going to drag my little recording window. Y'all, seriously, like I said, I had not planned on making this video, so we're just going to kind of fly by the seat of our pants with this whole thing. Let me see if I can, I thought I could move my recording window to show. Okay, yeah. So here's what I've done. I just have a file folder on my computer, and it's just all of my Kindle book downloads. So now that I've downloaded that book, you see, there we go. I can get it all in the same window. It's right here. I just do yakety schmackety, download it in, just drag it over into my file folder. And y'all, that's what I'm doing with all of my Kindle books. I'm going to go through, and there's some old souls in here, but I just want to have them all. I will probably never again even look at them, but I just want to have access to all of my books before they go away, because y'all, I'm a bit of a hoarder. So I have all of them here, and now from here, depending on what I want to do with them, like if I think if I just open one, yeah, see, I have my computer set up so that it'll open it straight over into Calibre. And that's probably already in there. Yeah, it's already in Calibre. Calibre's like, what are you doing? I was sleeping. So anyway, I did that just to show you that if you have your Calibre set up, even if you drag it over into a file folder on your computer, if you double click it or like open it from there, it'll open in Calibre. So Bob's your uncle, it's not going to hurt anything. So there's that. So if you want to have your books downloaded, I recommend that you go ahead and do it. Now let's talk about this. What do I think about what somebody asked me what I think about what Amazon is doing? And I'm of a couple of minds about this. Let's talk for a second about, and I'm going to have to find, you know what, let me just go back to, let me just go to a book. So let's go to Scythe and Sparrow because I'm obsessed. And let's just go to Kindle book and go to, and y'all, I'm sure it's a bunch of different places, but I'm going to scroll, look right here where it says buy with one click, which I'm not going to do because I already bought it. Kindle store terms of use. We never talked about this before, but a couple things I just want to point out on here. Use of Kindle content. Kindle content is licensed, not sold to you by the content provider. So we have talked before about how, and y'all, I'm going to make fun of myself because I know I've said this. When I buy a Kindle book, that's my book and I can do what I want to with it and I can strip the blah, blah, and I can, all right, Holmes, you're not really buying the book. You are renting it, which is pretty standard. Like you're not actually buying the content. You're just licensing it for, or you're like paying for a license to use it from the content provider. So there's that. I have some notes here, y'all. I actually jotted down some things that I wanted to be sure to cover, and that was one of them. So I don't like that Amazon is doing this, but do they have a right to do it? I mean, yeah, because that's the, like when you buy something from them, you just like tacitly agree to this contract. So there's that, and baked right in here, they have the right to change the terms of this agreement at any time just because they want to. I thought there was something else in here I wanted to talk about, but if I think of it in a minute, I'll tell you. So anyway, there's that. And again, you can go through and read this whole thing. I'm sure it's a bunch of places. So that is, like I said, I think I said, I'm of a couple of minds on this. That's my one thought was Amazon does have a right to do it. I'm not surprised that they're doing it. I'm absolutely certain that Amazon knows exactly what people are. I'm sure that all of the ebook purveyors know what people are doing when they take their books, DRM them, and then use them on other devices. I don't think for even a nanosecond that Amazon cares a single bit that some old lady in Minnesota is taking her books and DRMing them and reading them on a Kobo instead of a Kindle. I think that what Amazon is concerned about, and they have every right to be concerned about, is piracy. That folks are taking content, stripping the DRM, and then uploading and selling those books. And I think we have talked about it before that I think that's not cool. Like I think piracy is not cool. I've made, comments before about buying pirated books. Don't do that. You're stealing intellectual material. I mean, you do you, but I think it is exceptionally uncool to buy pirated stuff, but that's what Amazon is after with this whole thing. They're trying to crack down on piracy, which I'm sure is probably a much huger problem than I even realize it is because, and y'all, I'm not trying to act all holier than thou, like I wouldn't read a pirated book. I mean, I just wouldn't intentionally buy pirated. I mean, I'll buy some sketchy, like janky stuff, but not books because that's sacrosanct to me. So do y'all remember when I accidentally bought that like bootleg set of ACOTAR, A Court of Thorns and Roses books, and I was beside myself mad because I mean they weren't cheap, but they were just cheaper than they should have been, and I should have known better. I should have known that some dude was making them in his basement. I should show those to y'all again in case you missed it. They are just sketch. And I actually pulled a Scamazon and did a fake return and kept the sketchy books and got my money back. Totally stole, shouldn't have done it, but I was so mad at those people. Not that I thought they were going to resell the books again, but anyway, let me get off my high horse. So I believe that that's why Amazon is doing it. I don't think they care a thing in the world about us, because I think the people that, like, people in our circle, people in our community, I don't think are out there bootlegging and stealing and uploading and selling pirated books, but a lot of people are. So I think that's why they're doing this. I think it is well within their right. My concern is not that. I think I'm a little bit surprised that it took them this long to crack down on this. My concern is censorship. And here's what I mean by that. Somebody asked a question a while ago about how you can be certain when you buy a Kindle book, how you can be certain that you're getting the actual authentic, like, original publication of that book. And I didn't have a good answer for that, because I don't have a good answer for that. I know of instances where Amazon has removed books, like has made books no longer available and removed them, just automatically removed them from people's Kindles. I know they did that with 1984. I know they did it with Animal Farm. I know that they did it with some Ayn Rand books, Fountainhead, Atlas Shrugged, and some others. I've read, okay, I say I know. I've read multiple reliable sources that say that they did them with those things. I've read mention that they did it with some of the Harry Potter books. What's her name? J.K. Rowling books. I don't know. I've only read like sort of scant mention of them having done it with J.K. Rowling books, but the others, there are like absolute sources for that having happened. We know that Amazon has chosen, based on political positions, not to publish certain books and to make certain books unavailable, physical books, like that they, and Amazon is one of the top book providers, if not the top, one of the very top book providers in the world. So if Amazon doesn't publish a book because they don't like the ideas being put forth in that book, then that's censorship, y'all. And I know we have friends, I know for a fact that we have at least one friend in Australia watching this. And I know that in Australia, there are lots of limitations on speech. We don't have that here, or we shouldn't have that. We're not supposed to have that here. So that's my real concern with what Amazon is doing, is that they can go into your Kindle, take out books, they can unpublish books from your Kindle, and they can change books in your Kindle. We know of that having happened too. We know that the Roald Dahl books, that they went in and changed verbiage in those books. They changed like where it said mother and father, they changed it to parents. They changed some other references in those books. We know that, like, there's no doubt. We know that this happened. And they didn't ask. Like, it wasn't like click the button to update your book to the most recent version. There wasn't a click the button to, and let me say this about I think it was both the Orwell and the Ayn Rand books. Amazon's answer to that was that those were bootleg, that they had been, and it's interesting and slightly suspect that it just, like, that it was those two authors whose books had been bootlegged that they figured out and decided to remove them from people's Kindles. But that's what they said happened. So they removed them from people's Kindles and refunded the price that they had paid for the books. But they went in and took books off of people's Kindles. So the censorship is something that concerns me a lot more than just not letting us do things that we shouldn't ought to have been doing in the first place. I mean, it's inconvenient that we can't do that now, But yeah, it's the censorship that really concerns me. So that's my thoughts on those things. Sorry, let me check my notes. Because like I said, there were some things that I really wanted to talk about. And because I'm throwing this together so quickly, I just want to make sure that I hit them all. Oh, one more note. So when they took I'm not sure if it was I think it was when I'm actually not sure. I don't know if it was when they took the Ayn Rand and George Orwell books off of people's Kindles, or if it was when they changed the content in the Roald Dahl books, but Amazon swore they would never do that again, like never do that again to people's content without either, I don't know if they promised to like get permission from the people or at least make them aware of it, because I don't think they would have to, like, I don't think they'd say, we'll get your permission before removing material that violates copyright laws. So maybe they just said that they would let people, like, make people aware that they were taking stuff off of their Kindles. But either which way. Now, the other thing that I wanted to tell you about was I've been doing some investigating, and we talked a little bit about this before. Kobo actually lets you download digital content. Now, let me just show you this. So this is my Kobo account, and y'all, I have just like very, very barely started figuring this out because we had just figured out the dang Kindle thing. But anyway, so if I go to my, like where my Kobo books are, if I go into books, here's my books. And now, a couple of things. First of all, if I click a bunch of these, I don't know why they're in here. Don't judge me. Look at this one, Love Handles. I've already downloaded this one, so I know it works. But so you just, and y'all, this is nothing bootleg. This is nothing. So if I just click the three dots here, it says download. Blah, blah, you want to download the file? Yes, thank you. So I download it. And then same, I'm going to drag it over. I think I thought I had made a Kobo file. I'm just going to make one real quick because I don't want my stuff to get all mixed up together. So, oops, I forgot to do this. All right, so let's drag the book over here. So there it is. And now this is an EPUB format of the book. And let me make sure this is true. Let me plug in a Kindle real quick. I know it's true because I dragged this book onto my Kindle earlier, but let's just do this. All right, so I just plugged in a Kindle. Y'all, so many things going on. This is stressing me out so bad. All right, so look, there's the book right there. I dragged it onto here. So let me delete that. And now if I just go to my send to Kindle, send to Kindle website, right? I just did send to Kindle, clicked on it, and there's my send to Kindle website. Here's the book. I'm going to drag it over here. Tell it send to Kindle. Bam. Just sent that to my Kindle. And now if I think if I eject this Kindle, if it doesn't work, I'm going to cry. I'm really not, because it worked before. But this does work, y'all. So it's an EPUB. I just opened something else. Hang on. There it is right there. Look. Oh, look, there's two of them. It's a trick, General Sherman. There's two of them because I dropped it on earlier. So that's all there is to that now. Some of these are DRM protected. We're not going to get all up in the weeds on this because I'm keeping this video short because I want to edit it quickly and get it up on the interwebs. But I think that Kobo makes it easy to grab your content. Now look, let me show you one more thing and then legit we're out of here. So like this Holly Black book, and I know I'm doing this on the edge where you can like just barely see it, but I'm trying to do like 4 things at once. So if I download this Holly Black book, it comes in looking like this. Because it is not an EPUB book, it's DRM protected. I'm pretty sure that I know how to use Calibre to DRM Kobo books. So let me figure it out. I'll be back maybe next week or week after, and we'll talk about DRMing Kobo books, which somebody asked me months and months and months ago how to do that. And y'all, I was so like, Lord Jesus, I just figured out how to do Kindle books. I cannot learn another thing. I am too old. Well, now we're learning another thing. And I think that, let's just see. Because I think I did it this morning, y'all. It was early. It was early in the morning. But I think I did it. So I don't know if I can just drag this over or if Calibre's going to be like, quit it out. Let's see if it'll convert. Okay, no, it's not. All right. Oh, no. I know what I have to, I know what I did. So I know how to do it. I do know how to do it. Y'all are like, you don't know how to do nothing. I do. I did it by plugging my Kobo into my computer and having Calibre get it straight off the Kobo. So I'm going to figure out exactly what we need to have, like what plugins we need to have on our Calibre. And I'll come back and we'll go through how to use Kobo to DRM our ebooks. And you can then, whatever the Kindle one is, KV3 or whatever, I did that. Y'all, I did a bunch of things this morning. I did that and put the book back on my Kindle. And I'm not sure if you can do everything with it, but it definitely did WordWise, which is a good thing. It did word lookup, which is a good thing. So I want to take an actual, and this was just, I don't know what it was. It was some like little mini book thing. So there wasn't a whole lot in it for me to mess with. It was only like, I don't know if it was a novella or what it was, which is something that I happen to have in my Kobo, but this is it. So I dragged it off my Kobo. I made it, and this is a Kindle, y'all. I made it Kindleable, put it on my Kindle. WordWise worked on it. Word Lookup worked on it. So I want to mess around with an actual like book that I got from Kobo, ran it through Calibre and stuck it on a Kindle and make sure it'll do all of the things that y'all, I still love Kindles. It's not their fault that folks have taken advantage and broke things. So I want to make sure that you can still do all the things that I love about Kindles with a book that we've converted and then stuck on a Kindle. So give me a couple of weeks and I'll come back and we'll talk about how to do this. But in the meantime, y'all, it's a little bit time consuming, but go in and download, if you want to, go in and download all of your books and just have them, just put them somewhere. Even if you don't go through and DRM all of them, at least have them so that you have them while you can have them. All right. So that's it. That's all I got for you, y'all. Let us know in the comments. Do you even care about this? Do you have questions? And what are your thoughts on this? Is this just Amazon protecting their market, or are they overstepping their bounds? Let us know what you think. Y'all, thank you so much for hanging out with me. If you made it this far, we are most definitely friends. So go ahead and like this video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and hit that notification bell so you can keep up with the shenanigans. I upload food and fitness videos at the beginning of every week with some book videos sprinkled in between. See you on the next one.